hear these contentious cats primed for battle.
He's releasing a line of merchandise saying, I'm cashing in on hoism. He's won as many Oscars as Leo, too.
What the hell, Campbells? Andy Warhol didn't die for this.
Because for these women, their butts really are their moneymakers.
It will be a memorable movie for years to come.
Might have let that one go a little longer just to wail on her for a little bit.
Have you ever heard of that city? I haven't.
Good evening. I'm your host, Andreas Haffar. Glad to have you with us. My tag team partner, Laurel Feakes, will be joining us later, but she's probably preparing for our title bout with the Cyclone Insiders. Tag team champions Logan Murata, Han Wong. You guys don't stand a chance. Believe me. Now, Ames Tonight may be a satirical comedy and entertainment show, but we're going to start the show off a little differently this evening. Now, when Pope Francis, avid fan of and official Pope of Ames Tonight, visited America most recently, he said to protect all people in the world. And President Obama, also big fan, recently mentioned this as well. The horrific events in Baghdad, Beirut, Kenya, and Paris, and the disasters striking Mexico, Brazil, and Japan are devastating. So on behalf of Ames Tonight and ISUtv, our thoughts, prayers, and best wishes go out to the victims of these tragedies. Now, most of our attention, however, has been focused on Paris. There is nothing that can justify the horrendous acts of last Friday. Now, I was watching the France v. Germany game in the Stade de France from my computer here at Iowa State. Yeah, go figure. I was watching soccer, whatever. And hearing the sound of the bombs going off during that game was chilling and disturbing. This fear is unfortunately what I imagine many people have to live with on a daily basis. Yet, many around the world are wondering why other countries that suffered aren't getting the help they need and deserve. Why wasn't there a help button on Facebook for Lebanon, Kenya, or Iraq? I didn't see a Facebook option to make my profile picture Japanese, Kenyan, Iraqi, Mexican, Brazilian, or Lebanese flags. Neither did we see flag colors on famous buildings across the globe. To say the media handled it poorly would be generous. To say that this isn't the first time would be all too true. All lives matter, do they not? Shortly after the incidents, the Huffington Post shared a viral poem written by Karuna Azara Parikh, a blogger from New Delhi, India, and it has become an internet sensation. If you haven't read it, read it. She starts by saying, "This is not Paris we should be praying for, it is the world." Now she continues by saying, to say a prayer for Paris by all means, but pray more for the world that does not have a prayer, for those who no longer have a home to defend. A very strong message sent there. Too many innocent people are losing their lives. Now, as a result of the occurrences, this has hindered the progress of the ongoing Syrian refugee crisis. Now, according to CNN, last night and this morning, 27 governors, that's more than half the nation, good math, say that they won't allow Syrian refugees into their country after last week's attacks, including Robert J. Bentley, Alabama's governor, and governor of Iowa, Terry Branstad. It's this kind of chaos that clouds us from what's really important. While Americans worry about foreign attacks, gun control issues, and internal conflict have continued to plague our country, yet we still worry about outside threats? Although it goes without saying, I don't want to generalize and say that this reflects American popular opinion, but leaders of our state seem to be portraying us as negatively as others in the world would believe. Now, anti-Muslim and anti-Syrian campaigns are being launched now, as some people see them as the cause of the events in Paris. Now, the Syrian refugees now need your help most. And hold on, let me check. Oh wait, these guys that plan the attacks, ISIL, these Syrian refugees are running exactly from that. So, the same people behind those terrorist attacks, exact same people. Now, it has been foreshadowed that in Lebanon, Muslims were also killed too. Muslims are being persecuted more and more every day. Now, the French have taken to Twitter, starting the trending hashtag Muslims are not terrorists tweet, thus identifying the difference between Islam and what ISIL stands for. They're not the same thing. Now, in December of 2014, terrorists took hostages in a Sydney cafe. Now, Muslims feared the backlash of Islamophobia. Now, according to BBC, Rachel Jacobs, sitting next to a Muslim woman on the train, saw her silently remove her hijab. Now, what did Jacobs do? She ran after her when they got off the train and told her to put it back on, saying she would walk with her. This woman hugged her, and this prompted thousands of Australian citizens to post the hashtag I'll Ride With You tweet. Now, to say that people are with them, not afraid, nor should they live a life in constant fear. Now, Governor Branstach, I know it's an easier ride, but sir, hop off the bandwagon. You're better than that. Now, let's be real here. With all due respect to the governors, I can possibly see where they're coming from in the short term for protection and whatnot. But for themselves, let me just say, in regards to the bigger picture and ending these generalizations, here's what I suggest you do. Do yourselves a favor, right? Okay? Reach behind you, get a nice firm grip, brace yourselves, and then swiftly pull your heads right out of your asses. I mean, it sounds a little better, doesn't it? Anyway, it's International Week here at Iowa State, with celebrations put on by the International Student Council, and what better time to have it? Tonight is International Night, with multicultural dances and students from all over the world sharing their heritage. Tomorrow is also International Game Night. Now, it's a fascinating collaboration of people, but what does this tell us? Well, in the International Student Council, there are many different nations represented. They don't seem to see this black and white version of the world. And they get things done. Why? Because they have open minds. It's important to note that Islamophobia and the us versus them mentality gets us further from success and unity, but rather closer to what groups like ISIL want. Don't stoop to their level, folks. America has come a long, long way. It has crushed barriers, torn down walls, fought for the freedom of African Americans and the right for same-sex couples to marry. Yet we in America still need to continue to treat people fairly, no matter their ethnicity, sexual orientation, or religious affiliations. Together, we can do better. And like the Pope said, we can protect all people. Now, we are going to take a short break, but when we return, we will have the nightly news with our hardworking anchors Lilly, Faucher, and Megan Moran. Stay tuned, you're watching Ames Tonight.
The show is probably better than Newswatch.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. With Thanksgiving next week and Christmas a little over a month away, we're all in a joyful mood. To add to the excitement of this holiday season, the perfect must-see family Christmas movie has just been released. The movie, titled Love the Coopers, features an all-star cast with John Goodman, Diane Keaton, Olivia Wilde, and many more. The beloved film is about 4 generations of the Cooper family coming together for their annual Christmas Eve celebration. Unlikely visitors show up and unexpected events happen that turn their night upside down. But don't worry, A lot of family bonding takes place in light of the holiday. It's no National Lampoon, but this movie is sure to be the feel-good family Christmas movie of the year.
A recent holiday advertisement from Bloomingdale's startled the world and sparked some controversy on social media. The high-end retailer's advertisement features a picture of a woman looking off in the distance and a man looking at her with arched eyebrows and a glare. The phrase between them reads, "Spike your best friend's eggnog when they're not looking." A marketing copywriter for BuzzFeed even commented saying, "Who the heck allowed this to be green-lighted? Any project of this size has to go through 4 to 6 people to even go out to print." Shockingly, the ad grabbed a lot of attention via social media last week, and Bloomingdale's tweeted out an apology saying, "We heard your feedback about our catalog copy, which was inappropriate and in poor taste. Bloomingdale's sincerely apologizes."
For all of you fashion-loving ladies out there, are you wanting new places to shop for the cutest clothing? You're in luck, because I'm here to tell you that Reese Witherspoon's new fashion line, Draper James, has been a hit and just might be the cutest fashion line I've ever seen. This adorable Southern-styled fashion line was influenced by Reese's sweet grandparents. She quotes, "My grandparents taught me everything I know about gracious Southern living. From them, I learned to dress and act like a lady, to take pride in my home, to reach out to help a neighbor, and to always invite everyone in for a visit." If you haven't already, head on over to Draper James to check out this adorable line that was created by one of America's favorites, Reese Witherspoon.
Popular retailer Urban Outfitters has announced that they are going to be teaming up with a pizza chain. Yes, the hipster company is going to team up with the award-winning Pizzeria Vetri in Philadelphia. Due to Urban Outfitters' not-so-successful sales, they have decided to join the restaurant business to hopefully increase those sales. Since March, the company's shares have dropped over 50%, but since they have announced their big move, their investors are not too impressed, and Urban stocks have dropped 7.5% just after the announcement on Monday. Macy's and Nordstrom's have also seen similar lackluster performances and less foot traffic in their stores. No prices or exact menu items have been disclosed just yet, but if it's anything like their clothes, I'm sure it will be subpar and overpriced. Good luck, Urban Outfitters.
Julianne Hough, singer, dancer, and actress, is gushing about her upcoming wedding plans. Hough has been engaged to longtime boyfriend Brooks Lake since August, but we can't contain our excitement about this upcoming wedding. Hough says while she doesn't have too many details about the big day yet, she does have some big plans. Julianne says her fiance Brooks is wanting a big dance at the wedding, but it might not be between the new couple. Julianne Hough joked that it might be her professional dancing brother Derek and Brooks sharing that first dance. Wouldn't we all love to see that?
Good news for all you coffee lovers out there. A recent study shows that drinking coffee could actually lengthen your life. The most recent study on coffee, published by the journal Circulation, found that 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day can help prevent premature death. Drinkers of both caffeinated and decaf coffee were at lower risk of death from cardiovascular disease, neurological diseases, type 2 diabetes, and suicide. Now, when people say they live for coffee, they really do mean it. A large amount of research has shown that coffee is good for your health, and coffee has been found to lower depression, skin cancer in women, and slowing the onset of Alzheimer's symptoms. I know I'm really thrilled to hear this news considering I took 3 trips to Caribou today.
That's the nightly news, ladies and gentlemen. I bet you're glad you hung around.
Stick with us after the break as Andreas will interview 2 celebrity fighters. Be right back.
I made a little bit of money. Miss Worldwide, let's celebrate. Yeah, yeah. I just wanna celebrate. I just wanna celebrate. Tonight we making history. I just wanna celebrate.
Welcome back, folks. I am here with two lovely yet fierce ladies, the current UFC bantamweight champion Holly Holm and the former UFC bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey. Welcome, ladies, to Ames Tonight. This isn't your first time, but this is your first time on the show.
It
Welcome.
is.
Nice jacket.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
I just got it.
Wow. After maybe your victory. Let's discuss that. For people that don't know, sorry. Miss Rousey was on a 3-0 undefeated streak, and as of this weekend, I believe, Holly Holm defeated Ronda Rousey. Now, I'm going to ask you, what was it like to take down a rowdy Ronda Rousey?
Oh, it was amazing to finally figure out the secret to taking Ronda out is just one swift kick to the back of the skull.
Wow.
Out like a light.
Do you have a response to that? That was pretty harsh. But that's what happened, too. Oh, great, okay. So, will you fight again? Will you two fight again?
I don't know. I think Holly is one of the most formidable opponents that I've ever had, but I, then again, don't have many of those.
Do you think that's true?
I think so far, obviously, I'm the only one who can figure out how to knock her out like a light, so.
Ronnie, you seemed pretty winded during that match. Were you hungry? Was it down to training? What was going on in there, in the octagon?
Mostly just Holly had a better strategy than I did.
Which was what, beat you harder than you can beat her?
No comment.
Oh, struck a chord. All right, so Holly, the preacher's daughter, Holm over here. You wouldn't fight? You guys gonna have a rematch or what? What do you think? For the title.
I don't know. That's all up to the UFC now.
Don't know much? Don't know much, Miss Rousey? Anyway, Can you walk me through the moment you kicked Rousey on the back of the head and knocked her out? Just, I virtually want to feel it without actually getting kicked. Go.
Well, I just came in and kicked her hard and fast in the back of the head and watched her ego fall as fast as her body did.
That was good, huh?
Yeah.
Your body did fall pretty hard. Now, okay, the internet. Screw the internet, right? You're being mocked on the internet. How do you respond to those critics? Do they even know what the hell they're talking about?
I think they should use their time better. But if anyone else continues to say anything about me on Instagram or social media, just know I'll come and armbar you.
Is that a threat?
Well, she couldn't armbar me, so.
Ooh, so you guys want to like rematch it right here in Ames tonight? The crowd would love to see it.
You can't pay me enough.
I think she just chased me around the studio like she did on Saturday.
It is getting fierce in here. Okay, so Rhonda, hi. Where do you go from here? Now that, you know, well, you're defeated. You're not undefeated anymore. I mean, it's a fact. I mean, look at this. We getting this? Look at that.
I'm fine, and I'm still the fighter that I once was. Nothing's changed.
All right. And what were you feeling when you realized you'd taken out Rhonda?
I'm just glad I finally unlocked the secret. Just a little tap in the back of the head. Just tap, tap, tap it in.
Beautiful. Well, folks, thank you, ladies, for joining me this evening. Glad you guys didn't fight it out. And have a good night, Ames.